Jishu Baiju, working as an assistant professor in Biani Group of Colleges, welcomes you on behalf of Gurukpo. Today I deliver a lecture on mental illness. Let's see the introduction. Mental illness is anything that affects a person's thinking, perception, judgment that can be resulting in negative effect in a person's life and the people around him, a negative effect in a person's personality, or if friends or relatives thinks about the person what is strange or what it is very difficult to understand the person's behavior. Now let's see the definition. According to American Association according to American Psychiatric Association 2000, it is a clinically significant behavior or a psychological syndrome or a pattern that occurs in an individual that is associated with a distress, disability, or a significant increase in the risk of pain, distress, or a lack of freedom or death. Now let's see the causes. There are three main causes or three main factors which cause the mental illness, and these causes fully depend on the contributing factors like biological factor, psychological factor, and social factor. Let's see the predisposing factor. It can determine individual susceptibility to mental illness. It has a long exit which occurs before the onset of the mental illness. Biological factor for it, predisposing factor are genes, mental health of a pregnant woman. Examples for psychological factor are upbringing of parental strides or personality traits. Examples for social factors are cultural demands, poverty, migration. Next, let's see the precipitating factor. In precipitating factor, stressors which comes before the onset of the symptoms. It can be first experience or others when it is relapses. Examples for biological factors are infection like meningitis, trauma like head injury, illicit drug like cocaine intake. Examples for psychological factors are bereavement, that is loss of loved one, or exam failure or failure in life. So social factors are retirement, loss of job, etc. Now, perpetuating factor. Perpetuating factor is a poverty in improvement of symptoms of mental illness. Biological factor in perpetuating factor are first the malnutrition or poor sanitation. Example for psychological factors are cultural demands or conflicts with the neighbors for a long time. Social factor are like financial obligation or the status refugee, etc. Now let's see the characteristics. Characteristics says changes in thinking, perception, memory, judgment can result in changes in talk and behavior which appear to be deviant from the previous personality or the norms of the community. These changes in behavior can cause a distress in a person's life, and these consequently changes or these consequent disturbances lead to changes in day-to-day activities and breaks the social relationship. Now, lastly, we can see the concepts of normal and abnormal behavior. It is very difficult to explain the normal and abnormal behavior, so several models have put forward to explain these behaviors. So, first model is medical model. Medical model says organic pathology is the main cause for the abnormal behavior or for the mental illness. According to this model, abnormal behavior are those which when there is changes in a behavior or a thinking or a perception. When according to this model, normal behavior are those when the person is free from these all disturbances. Second model is statistical model. In statistical model, it involves the responses of a test or a questionnaire or an observation. If the person is able to give the answer of a particular questionnaire, the person will be normal. Now, third model is a socio-cultural model. Every society follows some norms, taboos or beliefs. According to this model, if the person breaks any of these taboos or beliefs or norms, we can say the person is abnormal. Now, last model says behavior model. According to this model, behavior model, when behavior is adaptive, then the person is normal. When the behavior is maladaptive, then the person is abnormal. That's all about the mental illness. Thank you for watching my video. For more details, you can log on to www.gurukpo.com.